Yo boys, Horn my toot here. It would be embarrassing to get a gold coin at the last CSGO major, so I'll give you the cheat code to a guaranteed diamond coin that Valve hasn't patched yet, so you can keep those e-girls purring. Alright, so to make this cheat code work, all you gotta do is get 5 out of the 9 correct pick'em predictions for the first stage. Sounds super simple, right? So starting off, I've seen a lot of people put G2 as their 3-0 team, which I think is kind of crazy, just because, I mean, in a best of 1 matchup, I know they're against Mongols to start off, but anything can happen. And if they lose out, you're not only messing up your 3-0 pick, but also one of your 7 picks, which puts you down to a maximum of 7 out of 9 potentially being right. So you really get handicapped if G2 doesn't go 3-0 here. Not saying they won't, but it would be a lot smarter to just put G2 as one of your guaranteed 7 that will advance, because nobody's going to dispute you on that, and just move on from there. For the 3-0 pick, you always want to pick an outsider team that you're not really sure if they're going to make it, but if they do, they'll go on an absolute run. So keep that in mind when you make that choice. Next up going through, I've got Forze. Forze is just a really solid Russian team. Again, if you look at major history, you've got teams like Vegas Squadron, Outsiders at the last major, even a team like Windstrike back in 2018. They just all go on these weird quarterfinal runs, so I really wouldn't bet against them here. And they've got a first round matchup against Greyhound, so you know they'll be locked in for a 1-0 to start. Next up, I've got the duo of both OG and ENCE, just because they're against each other in the first round matchup, so I really wouldn't pick either of these teams to go 3-0, because that one is just such a coin toss of who's going to win it. Picking both of them to advance are both really safe, and saves you from the disappointment of getting the 3-0 wrong. Alright, so this one's a bit of a trap one, just because FaZe has been in absolute dog shit condition, but you're kind of forced to pick them just because of who they are. They've got so much firepower on this team that versing against any of these bottom 8 teams that you don't expect to make it, they should cruise through pretty easily. And for the final 2 here, I've got Liquid going through. These guys have always been solid and perform at majors. They haven't been playing a lot of matches as of recently, but these guys always show up on the big games. And the last team I've got going through is Mouse. They've been decent as of late, taking down both FaZe and Virtus.pro to make it to the major, but when they showed up to Rio, they did fumble the bag there. Overall, they should be able to handle any of the weaker competition here. Alright, now for the 3-0 and the 0-3. I'll start off with the 0-3. Greyhound Gaming is pretty much a lock for this. They're against Forze in the first round, so they should get their ass whipped to start, which will put them against the hardest 0-1 team, putting them at 0-2, and then coin toss and a best of 3 if they can win or not. So Greyhound is a really safe pick to go 0-3. And finally, for my 3-0 pick, I did go with Monty. These guys have been on an absolute tear, winning their last 6 games in a row. And they are against FaZe to start off, but FaZe has been really shaky as of late. I don't think they're going to go a flawless 3-0. Best of 1, things happen. Monty could squeak through and go on a run from there. Anyways, boys, that wraps up the first round pick'ems. Enjoy your shiny pixels while everyone else will be stuck with a gold one. To my horn, out.